Hi, this is Mozella, and welcome to the Mountain Newsletter. We're going to do something really very different today. It's a nice spring day, and I just wanted to take a topic that is very close to your mind and heart, and my mind and heart, and pretty much all of us will identify with this. However, I'd like to deal with it a little differently. I'm going to use some quotes from some books, and I'll just be chatting. It'll be you and I. Get your paper out, your pen, your journal, because we'll pause and there'll be times when you want to take notes, or I might ask you to do an activity. Let's just see and let's just have fun with this, and yet it's a serious topic. It is, how do we get from chaos to calm? And do you ever feel like you're stuck in an emotional loop of chaos? And some of us have practices and some of us don't. Some of us in the middle of chaos, whether it's something we've been going through for several days, weeks, or more in a row, or whether it's just something that comes up suddenly. And so sometimes you just want to back up and just kind of listen to different ideas of people who have shared about chaos and calm. And one of the things, I'm going to have different authors, a little bit of poetry, but at the very end, I really have a wonderful surprise. And this is some thoughts that came, I just experienced this live a couple of days ago actually, and it's some young people who are in 7th and 8th grade. They're 11, 12, and 13 years old, and I can't wait to share with you what they had to say about some things in their lives. So let's get started. I've got my glass of water here. You should grab yourself a cup of tea or coffee, whatever you'd like to have, and let's get started. Now, of course, again, with the 3H approach that we have at Mountain Peak Strategies, it's the head, heart, and the hands. And as you well know, whether we're in chaos or calm, there's always something going on in our thoughts. There's always something going on in our belief system. And there's also something going on in our actions as a result of the coherence or the lack of coherence between the head and the heart. So let's get started. I am going to read to you from a book called Letting Go, and it's The Pathway of Surrender by David R. Hawkins, Dr. Hawkins, MD and PhD. Really brilliant man and author and philosopher and all the rest. So I think you're going to enjoy this. You're probably going to have a little laugh because he talks about, just as we've done so before, and I know you have done so, we look outside ourselves to find some solution to all the different challenges and problems and hurts and worries and obstacles that we come across on a daily basis. And so I start here. Well, you say, there have to be some experts who have the answers. Don't we always think that? When upset, you go to a doctor or a psychiatrist, an analyst, a social worker, or an astrologer. You take up religion. You get philosophy. You take the Erhard Seminars training, EST, tap yourself with EFT. You get your chakras balanced. You try some reflexology. You go for ear acupuncture. Never heard of that one. You do iridology. You get healed with lights and crystals. You meditate, chant a mantra, drink green tea. Try the Pentecostals. Breathe in fire and speak in tongues. You get centered. You learned NLP. Try actualizations. Work on visualizations. You study psychology. You join a Jungian group. You get Rolfed. You try psychedelics. You get a psychic reading. You jog. You jazzercise. You have colonics. You go into nutrition And aerobics, you hang upside down, you wear psychic jewelry, you get more insight, biofeedback, gestalt therapy. You see your homeopath, your chiropractor, your naturopath. I hope you all are really getting his whole point, but this is so much fun. Listen, he goes on. You try kinesiology. You discover your Enneagram type. You get your meridians balanced. You join a consciousness raising group. You take tranquilizers. You get some hormone shots. You try cell salts. Have your minerals balanced. You pray, you implore, and you beseech. You learn astral projection. You become a vegetarian. You eat only cabbage. You try macrobiotics. You go organic. You eat no GMO. You meet up with a Native American medicine man. You do a sweat lodge. You try Chinese herbs and something I can hardly pronounce, but I know what it is. Moxie-combustion and shiatsu, acupressure, feng shui. You go to India, you find a new guru, you take off your clothes, you swim in the Ganges, you stare at the sun, you shave your head, you eat with your fingers, you get really messy, you shower in cold water. You sing tribal chants, you relive past lives, you try hypnotic regression, you scream a primal scream, you punch pillows, you get Feldenkrais, you join a marriage encounter group, you go to Unity, you write affirmations, you make a vision board, you get rebirth, you cast the I Ching, you do the tarot cards, you study Zen, you take more courses and workshops, you read lots of books. I love doing that. You do transactional analysis. You get yoga lessons. You get into the occult. You study magic. You work with a kahuna. You take a shamanic journey. You sit under a pyramid. You read Nostradamus. You prepare for the worst. Go on a retreat. Try fasting. Take amino acids. Get a negative ion generator. Join a mystery school. Learn a secret handshake, try toning, try color therapy, try subliminal tapes, try brain enzymes, antidepressants, flower remedies. Go to health spas, cook with exotic ingredients, look into strange fermented oddities from faraway places, go to Tibet, hunt up holy men, hold hands in a circle and get high. Renounce sex and going to the movies. Wear some yellow robes, join a cult. Try the endless varieties of psychotherapy. Take wonder drugs, subscribe to lots of journals. Try the Pritikin diet, eat just grapefruit. Get your palm read, think new age thought, improve the ecology, save the planet, get an aura reading, carry a crystal. Get a Hindu astrological interpretation. Visit a trans medium. Go for sex therapy. Try trantic sex. Get blessed by Baba somebody. Join an anonymous group. Travel to Lourdes. Soak in the hot springs. Join Arika. Wear therapeutic sandals. Get grounded. Get more prana and breathe out that stale black negativity. Try golden needle acupuncture. Check out snake gallbladders. Try chakra breathing. Get your aura cleaned. Meditate in Cheops, the great pyramid in Egypt. You and your friends have tried all of the above, you say. Oh, the human, you wonderful creature. Now, it's not that he's making fun of all those. I mean, some of us have tried some of those things, and perhaps you have too. But he really basically says, intuitively, we know that somewhere there's an ultimate answer. We just always figure it's not us. It's always something outside. So whether we are trying to de-stress, whether we've got obstacles, whether we're just in total chaos and we're trying to find calm, we are constantly looking. And he claims that we don't understand the problem, and that's why we can't find the answer. So he talks, and I do highly recommend this book, but he talks in the sense of there's what's in his book. It tells of a simple method to reach great clarity, which is what we want and why we're trying everything, and to transcend your problems along the way. It's not by finding the answers, by undoing the basis of the problem. He says, this is something that we've been talking with each other for weeks, and I know you know this to be true. The solutions are really within us, and they are easy to find. And so you hear this terminology about, I don't know who said it, but it's just like, maybe it was Buddha, know thyself. And we don't typically we're not our first stop. We're always looking outside of ourselves. And he continues to say, you will discover there is an automatic teacher within yourself, within you. And eventually you will discover your inner self. So I love this, and every time I read it at a retreat, I get a quick kick out of it, because we're, like I said, we just go on and we go on and we go on, always searching outside. Now, and you can also write down some of the things that you've done before, and the things that you've actually gotten some good golden nuggets out of. What happens? We take some of these very courses or techniques or retreats or workshops that Dr. Hawkins was speaking of, and it's not that we learn nothing, it's that we didn't take what we learned and actually apply it. And so just keep in mind that we don't toss out every possible thing that we could do outside ourselves, but let's begin to, with the same piece of paper that you think about what you attained, say in something you did a couple of weeks ago, a couple of months ago, and that you're not using, pull that back out and have a good try, all right? So the next thing I want to share, and you may have heard this, it's just a beautiful second thing to read after reading Letting Go, a poem by Sapphire Rose, and it's called She Let Go. It's a beautiful poem. And she also has a book. I think, I forget the name of the book, but I think it might be She Let Go as well. She Let Go and Other Poems Along the Path of Love. All right, so take a deep breath, take a glass of water, and listen to this one. And I really highly recommend this for you to look for it on the internet and read it again, because it's just beautiful. Here we go. She Let Go by Sapphire Rose. She let go. She let go without a thought or a word. She let go. She let go of the fear. She let go of the judgments. She let go of the confluence of opinions swarming around her head. She let go of the committee of indecision within her. She let go of all the right reasons, wholly and completely without hesitation or worry. She just let go. She didn't ask anyone for advice. She didn't read a book on how to let go. She didn't search the scriptures. She just let go. She let go of all the memories that held her back. She let go of all of the anxiety that kept her from moving forward. She let go of all the planning and all the calculations about how to do it just right. She didn't promise to let go. She didn't journal about it. She didn't write the projected date in her day timer. She made no public announcement and put no ad in the paper. She didn't check the weather report or read her daily horoscope. She just let go. She didn't analyze whether she should let go. She didn't call her friends to discuss the matter. She didn't do a 5-step spiritual mind treatment. She didn't call the prayer line. She didn't utter a word. She just let go. No one was around when it happened. There was no applause or congratulations. No one thanked her or praised her. No one noticed a thing. Like a leaf falling from a tree, she just let go. There was no effort. There was no struggle. It wasn't good and it wasn't bad. It was what it was, and it is just that. In the space of letting go, she let it all be. A small smile came over her face. A light breeze blew through her, and the sun and the moon shone forevermore. Isn't that gorgeous? You know, I first heard that I did a retreat for unity in Capon Springs. And at the end of the session, I invited everybody to share something they had written or just share something, whatever it was on their hearts, a reflection of what they had gone through with the last couple of days since I had facilitated their annual retreat. And one of the young ladies read, She Let Go. It was the first time I've ever heard it, even though I know it's a very popular poem. And so I think that there's a lot that was said in that poem. And it means that whatever's on your plate, whether it's what we're focusing on, the chaos, your journey toward calm, your overwhelm, and even in your journey toward calm, sometimes that can make you fluttered because you're trying so hard to get away from what you don't want. And so just let go. I think it's just those 3 words. She let go.